Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal-ass normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yeah?
Hit me up with the sound of the most famous male adult film actor from our high school hitting it up back in the early 2000s.
I don't know. I don't know if you were going for Ron Jeremy. I don't know if you were going for
No,
Peter
from our
North.
high school.
Oh,
Peter
from
North is from our high school.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to our high
graduated.
school. Yeah.
He had the pipe. What's Peter North up to these days, man?
He's probably still shooting thick beams, if you know what I mean.
I'm Googling it right now. Let's see here. Peter.
Oh, wow, that's a spicy Google. Let's
Peter
see
North.
what he's got.
Peter North. He's 66 years old, man.
Dude, Jesus, really?
Yeah, he's 66 now, man.
Wow.
We're old. Remember, Adam, we're old.
Fuck, that's right. We are old. Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. I wonder if he's still doing his thing, or if he finally hung it up.
So his last film was in 2018. So that was like, how many years ago is that now?
So he was 60.
Dude, he was 60 years old.
60 years old.
And guess what the name of this is? It's called Mrs. Peter North Black and Anal Edition. That's the. I'm gonna go through his. I'm gonna go through his filmography here. We have in 2017. We have Faithfully Unfaithful, To Love, Honor, and Obey, and then we had another one.
Okay.
Faithfully Unfaithful, To Love, Honor, and Share. Then we have My Stepmom Likes to Fuck Me. Then we've got Legends Savannah, Deep Inside Tasha, and then we've got North Pole number 107, 106, 104, 103, 102, 105, 101, 1. Dude, he has got.
This man did the North Pole for like 100 movies.
From 2013 was his last North Pole, and his first one was in 2000. No, his first one was North Pole 65 was in 2006. Oh man, we're still going.
Holy
Dude, he's been North Poling since the 90s. Holy jeez. That's some wild.
To be fair, how do you beat North Pole as like for him? That's like the title.
It is the title. It is the North Pole.
Really?
It's the only
like
pole.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
that man was out there.
Yeah, for those who don't know, North Pole. Peter North graduated from our high school, and his high school picture was up, but they took it out. Like his name is there, but they blacked out his photo. Isn't that crazy?
It was in the hall still.
It was in the hall.
Like there. But like they blacked out his picture because
he's a porn star.
Oh God, that's fucking funny to me. I will never forget finding that out because he's like in the pantheon of male like porn actors. He's basically top 3 all time. So just the humor of him having gone to our high school and then like watching as they blacked out his fucking picture.
That's crazy, man.
It's so funny to me. But there you have it. Good thing nothing happened this whole time. It was a perfect time. But yeah, Peter North.
Good old
Peter North was. Tell you what, he was what he was popular for was down in the bottom left, blue Protoss, thick beams.
he definitely had some thick beams, that's for sure. Holy fuck. He's been in 1,800 movies during his career.
Holy shit.
1,800.
Is that more than that? What's that other dude's name that, the bald guy that the meme is? He's been like every profession ever. He's been like, a plumber or an astronaut. The white bald dude. The guy who's like been like every, he's been like the plumber, the electrician, the astronaut, the chef.
He's
been like absolutely everything. Oh my God, what's his name? But he might be if anyone was going to be like, you know, doing more film than Jeremy or Peter, it might be him. That guy has been in everything at this point.
Damn.
So it might be. I wish I remember his name. Fuck.
I don't even know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Really? You would know him if you saw him, 100%. I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you. You've definitely seen. You've definitely seen it.
He does porn.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's bald white dude. The joke is he said he's been like literally every profession known to man. He shows up. He shows up no matter what your problem is.
Yeah. Anybody need a plumber? Anybody need a tutor?
He's there.
Anybody need a mechanic?
Anyone when you need a dentist, he's there. Doesn't matter what the job is.
Laying
but
the
that's
okay.
laying the pipe. But up here in the top right, we've got draft. In the bottom left, we got thick beams. It's a PvP. We got the harass going. It's not doing anything because, as it turns out, stalkers are better than one single oracle.
They are.
And thick beams is gonna have to go home and try again another day. He's going for his third expansion now.
This is a decently leveled game here. This is a diamond level game. There's a lot going on. We've already got our third base happening. You know, it seemed like Draft was looking to do a immortal stalker all in, where you usually get a warp prism, which he doesn't have yet. So he's really going heavy in on. Maybe it's just because he had to stay at home and just kind of deal with this harassment. And the fact that Thick Beams is getting a third, that does leave an opening for a counterattack, which is what I would be doing right now with just the sheer amount of immortals that he has. He does have a nice revelation on them to keep tabs on where he is. He's going to try and sneak up over here, notices that there's an expansion, only going to be able to pick off a probe, and he's going to have to back off. I would have, yeah, okay, he's got Blink. Okay, so that's good information for Draft to know as well. So I was going to say, I would have liked to have seen him put force fields here to trap those and get some free kills for a counterattack. But Blink is already out, which makes things just a little bit more difficult there for Draft. If I were him right now, I would be getting out a Warp Prism ASAP and starting to head down there and do some harassments, making sure that you have an adequate amount of energy to do a recall, because your chances are you're not going to end the game there, but you could deny a third, do a lot of damage, and then recall back home. But he's not doing that. Looks like he's just going to sit and wait and get up his third. Meanwhile, Thick Beams already has it going. So very, very well done here from Thick Beams, keeping all of the action on his side. He knows for a fact he cannot win or do any significant damage with this. What he's doing is he's buying time. He's creating these little tiny pokes to make Draft feel uneasy, have him spend minerals and gas on trying to defend instead of going down and counter, while Thick Beams goes ahead and does macro in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that was you know, I guess to the point of Draft here. I think he just got a little skittish after seeing those stalkers, and look, they're back again. He did leave the Immortals behind just in case this happened. But yeah, I think he was just feeling a little skittish. Just didn't want to move out. I agree. He could have definitely thought about it if he had the warp prisms. But now he's kind of, I don't want to say he's behind, really. But it definitely did. He's a little bit, well, if he builds all this shit, he might have just, Thick Beams might have raced any kind of mineral lead that he had, getting that third up faster. But I still think Draft is painfully close to considering maybe actually going and doing some work himself instead of just continuously getting picked away at by his opponent. Yeah,
good stasis there, and very good reaction there from Draft. It's really annoying when somebody does that. They basically put a stasis down here, and it will freeze all of your probes pretty much in your mineral line. So very well played by getting out of the way and then sacrificing just one for that. Not only does that waste the energy of the Oracle, but then also he recalled that Oracle as well. So now now he knows his opponent doesn't actually have a recall readily available as well. Doing more damage than he should here with shield batteries and some stalkers. I'm not a big fan of the trade, though. These small little micro trades where Draft kind of gets the better, it's starting to build his confidence. And if you lose too many, he's going to say, you know what, fuck it, man. I'm just going to go and counter. Like right now, look at this army. He really needs to get out there and move. I know the supply is 109 to 114, but the fourth base is now going up. He's stuck on 3, and this army is scary, scary, scary. He needs to move out at him.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm pretty sure just in the open field that this is just a win scenario for draft right now. And as you were saying, the other downside for Thick Beams doing what he's been doing is he's just throwing units away. He could have so many more units. He's been throwing away, what, 4 or 5 stalkers and change at a time?
Yep.
And now he's going to be up against this incredibly terrifying army. I mean, how many immortals are in that friggin' ball right now? Like 5?
Yep.
And 2, 4, 5 immortals,
there
3
we go. Finally.
friggin' Archon. There's the Warp Prism, late to the party, but I guess better late than never.
Oh, wow.
And now he's actually pushing out just at the same time as Thick Beams is committing to this split attack.
You gotta make a decision. He's got to either go and attack or go home, one of the two. And he's going to go and attack. I do prefer that. What he really needs to do is just realize that this is sacked. You do never warp in 1 or 2 units. That is desperation. You are going to do nothing with this. You need to back off. He's going to get rid of now an Immortal for free, a bunch of warped in units for free. He needs to let this die and then put all of his resources here, kill what he can, and recall back. But instead, he's just going to go for the complete base race. And now this is just going to be, can a bunch of Blink Stalkers kill all the structures before draft camp? And the thing is, these Stalkers can move around the map very quickly. Immortals move very slowly, and his Stalkers need to stay within this army. So this is a crazy base race. He is taking everything and the kitchen sink. Holy
Yeah, he's gone. He's out. Because I would assume, given that he has 600-ish minerals at this point, that, you know, whatever he might have to build at some point, he just wants to be able to do it whenever he can, and whether that's a Nexus or otherwise,
he's recalling.
He wants to be planned for it. Wow. What? Now?
I'm not sure I agree with that recall, because, you know, you're dealing with Blink Stalkers. You know, if you're going to go for a base race, you go for a base race. And now half of his army is split. Now he's going to lose. He's going to lose this Archon and these Stalkers. He's going to lose these Zealots, and he's not even going to get a kill here from the Nexus.
All these probes come back. All of those Stalkers are still on the field. His opponent is now up 2 bases to 0. I mean, really, it's 1, but he doesn't have that many minerals left. He's got no Nexi in the 2nd or 3rd position anymore. And so if you were going to commit, if you were going to, warp back, like you were saying, it had to be after the 3rd was killed, and you're defending all on the line at the natural expansion. But now, he's waited too long, he's lost all of his production capabilities, really, and his opponent definitely still has at least 1 viable base to work with while still having his entire army.
Yeah, I mean, he can still lose this fight. It all depends on how good he is at blinking and focus firing. Because this is a very scary army to just move into. Like, you just can't with Stalkers. It's just not going to happen. It's 1-1 against a 0-0-2. So I actually like what Thick Beams is doing here. He's moving up. He's going to try and go kill some more shit. And then he's going to go ahead and keep probes alive and start expanding around. I think that's the safer play. It would have been better for him to just sit his Stalkers here with all of the stuff, use the overcharge, and have the cannons and stuff there. He actually could have taken that fight. But I would prefer him to be decisive in his decision-making, which he was, which ultimately will win you games more than not. So we can sit here and nitpick on every little tiny decision, but I think overall he's making the better sound decisions.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, not that he really knows it, but his opponent really doesn't have the minerals or the capability to keep up with building Nexi around the map like he was.
Yep.
And so he's got the mobility, like you mentioned, much faster than the army of draft. Now we just got a classic base race. It's going to come down to, can draft find wherever these other main bases are built? He knows he's not being revealed, so he knows there's at least 1 Nexus somewhere that he hasn't seen yet. He's doing that, splitting up his army. And the crazy part is, of course, is that splitting up that army, it's a scary army, but he has to be careful how split it is.
Yes.
Because if he does run into the full force of Thick Beams, then he's going to be in trouble. I couldn't even say that without laughing.
But now Thick Beams is also split here, and he needs to blink the hell out. He cannot lose these Stalkers in this corner. He goes, all right, I'm not against that. I'm not against that. He does lose 3 or 4. It's better than losing a lot more. He finds the base down here in the bottom, and now he's going to kill off all these probes. And the game is just starting to look closer and closer. Now he's stuck here. He's going to lose more Stalkers. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, he's got to get out. He needed to get out ages ago, but he has no. Oh, okay, all right. Well, he's losing one extra one. He didn't need to there. Oh, he's going to lose two.
Oh, no.
No, now it's looking a lot scarier. Draft managed to force him out. That's all Draft has is what's up in the top right corner right now, Mr. Black. He's got nothing, nowhere else. I don't think he has he doesn't have a single probe to his name, I don't think, anymore. So even if he wanted to, I don't think he can really do anything.
Nope, he doesn't.
No. So that's it. So him forcing him out of that top right position has made this very interesting. Because on one hand, it's like, Thick Beams doesn't really want to go toe-to-toe trying to get back into that upper base position, but at the same time, he can't just sit around, Draft can't sit around forever because he knows Thick Beams is actually capable of still mining minerals and producing. So this is an interesting position for both gentlemen.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Draft, he needs to have an army here. I like this because now he's got the high ground. He can sit there, but he also at the same time can't be overly split because then the Stalkers, if microed correctly, can beat this, but there's the high ground. So how many Stalkers is he going to lose here? Is he going to commit? There goes 2. There goes 3. There goes 4. There goes 5, a nice blink forward, finally gets rid of 1. He's going to clean up this, but he's going to lose the majority of his army in the process. Keeping that 1 Stalker alive is huge. Every Stalker matters at this point. I mean, it is down to the wire. He's just saying, all right, yeah, this Archon can keep it alive. Yeah, there we go. He's going to get rid of that. And all he's got left now, Adam, is this and this. That's it. Well,
and they're not together.
Base. Yes, they're not together.
Yeah.
But 2 Immortals can kill off all these Stalkers.
Yeah. Unless there's, I guess, perhaps some absolutely amazing Blink Micro here, but even then, I don't think that's enough Stalker to really deal with it. There goes 1. There goes 2.
Oh, man.
There goes 3.
Oh,
there goes.
man.
They're not even trying to it. They're just,
man.
there you go. I actually thought he was going to miss that blink. I thought that was early. I thought he was going to blink to the edge and not make it down the cliff, but that dwindles his numbers substantially as Thick Beams now is down to, 8 Stalkers and a bunch of probes and a Warp Prism versus the 2 Immortal, 2 Archon, and Sentry for Thick Beams.
No.
Or not Thick Beams, sorry, for Draft. I'm interested if that Sentry is going to actually become a contributing factor here.
I mean, what he needs to do is he needs to use his probes. He needs to have his probes attack this shit, use it as a meat shield, just to, I
say that, and the Sentry immediately got fucking nuked from orbit.
I mean, he's got a Warp Prism too. I mean, in theory, he can still win this. It's just going to require a good micro. If he were to just move all these Stalkers and probes onto this right now and bring the Warp Prism to do Warp Prism micro alongside the blink, he's okay. Good
there it
blinking
is.
There. That was well played.
Yep.
That was very well played. There's the Warp Prism. He's going to lose now 2
that
3
Archon.
Stalkers. Oh, man. He just needs to commit.
boy.
The shields keep going up. He needs to just
go.
go.
Because it takes it takes a couple of volleys in terms of time on that initial Immortal shield, and so as soon as that goes up, then I mean you're wasting Stalkers at that point because you're sacrificing at minimum a lot of Stalker shield or Stalkers in general just to get the shields down, and so to walk away, that's a problem. They're not seriously going to sit here for 3 minutes and draw this out. They're not just doing a gentlemanly handshake here and taking the draw on ladder.
That would be the most bitch-made thing I have seen.
Please no.
In LAGTV history.
Don't do it.
I did not just cast for 19 minutes for 2 people.
No. It ain't a real draw!
Commit!
It's not a draw!
Dude, you have got probes, Stalkers, and a Warp Prism! You are bitch-made! No!
Come on, man! You're not serious. I mean, look, I appreciate that they're at least being nice to each other. All right, that's lovely.
Okay.
But for us, 19-minute cast to just get blue balled at the end, the irony. Peter North would not be happy about getting blue balled right now, Mr. Black. He's got a lot of pent-up energy.
They're really doing this.
Wow, that actually 100% a handshake and a walk away for the draw. 3-minute wait time. Wow. Wow, yikes. And there it is in the top right. The countdown timer has begun. There's a little over a minute left now. And they're really gonna,
Where is the confidence in thick beams, man? Like, where is the confidence? Like, dude, you've got a warp prism. You could, at the very bare minimal, at least poke, try and get something done. I mean, oh no!
Wow!
No.
Wow!
I mean,
wow!
All right, hey, this is a LAGTV first. This is an actual LAGTV first. It's not even a think. It's 100%. I've seen draws, but I've never seen two people that have an army to fight that they both are just scared and they just both agree to throw in the towel. I mean, like you said, it is good sportsmanship, I guess, but like, I mean,
well, they're being nice about it at least. Like they're,
yes.
You know, yeah. I mean, that's fine. At least it's not It's not a draw where where it's like two Terran flying into the sides of the map just to say go fuck yourself or something like that. You know, it's a little different. It's a little different in that regard. It is a rare PvP moment here on LAGTV. Very interesting. Other than the draw being blue balls is all hell, that was a pretty good game in general. Yeah, that was well done, well played by both gents. Definitely opportunities, given and taken on both sides there, and so yeah, good match. But it would have been nice to get a conclusion on that shit. Like, come on, man. But either way, well done. Good job, gents.
Yep. Well, now I know how Peter North feels when he gets those blue balls. Ah.